Specifically, it's a video about Everspace. And this is my whip. I hope you like it. This is the last time you're ever going to see it. It's named Tyler Crouch. So, for our setup, which you get at the start of the game, you can just choose one or two. I like loadout A. Loadout B's got some fun stuff, but we're going to stick with A. And then the other important thing that unfortunately I won't be able to really show off in the course of this video is there are upgrades. As you play the game, you get credits, and you use those credits to unlock more stuff. Specifically, the best stuff is energy core upgrades. I'll explain why soon, but if you're just starting this game, pick these two. They're important. Anyway, this is lame. Let's get into space. I do have an upgrade that lets me get bonus equipment. Both of these are kind of bad, but let's grab the access key. We'll be playing normal. Maybe today I'll beat this game.
Something's not right with me. I'm having memory loops. There was a dispute. I was standing in the way of their plans. I was restrained. Shot with something. Who is this? I managed to escape. That's all I can remember. I must find some answers.
Anyway, here we are in space, about to slam into a space rock, of which there are many. I was told that space rocks are supposed to be farther apart than this, but apparently we follow the Star Wars rules of asteroids.
Down one!
Either way, our objective in every level is to point your cursor at this green thing and then leave. But don't want to do that yet. What you're really supposed to do is fly around and look for stuff. Well, people try to occasionally kill you. This game is a little bit disingenuous about its difficulty, I think. Also, this dude is... his shields are real nice. I'm out of here. This is not working out for me. Oh, I think I see why. So this is a rather abrupt introduction to dogfighting. It works like so. You have 2 meters, blue is shields, red is health. You usually have to strip everyone's shield before you can do health damage. There are some weapons that bypass shields. Doesn't always work. Man, this fucking sucks. I'm done. Later. I'm out. No, my one key. How did this happen? Shit, get back on there. Alright, well, time to recalibrate. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh no. It's time for another video. Who could have foreseen this? Anyways, this is Everspace, and this is my whip. It's pretty sick. This is the last time you're ever going to see it. It's called Raziel. My last one was called Tyler Crouch, which is way better. Alright, so our loadout is all this stuff. I'm going to get familiar with it pretty soon, so I don't want to talk about it now. I could change my loadout into something else that's kind of good, but I'm kind of feeling loadout A right now. The other thing we should talk about briefly is our upgrade screen. Between runs you can buy upgrades with credits you earn. If you're just starting out, these are the important ones. Energy capacity and energy regeneration. The most important. And we'll talk about those later-ish. Right now, let's get into space. They tell me that it's the place. Ooh, both these kind of suck. Let's do that. So that bonus equipment is because I bought the bonus equipment upgrade. And it gave me a time extender, which is okay. I can even show that off. Oh, it's a rock. Hold on. I was looking down. Anyway, time extender, nice. It slows things down. Pretty useful. Not super useful, but it's alright. And you know, since I just spawned into a bunch of enemies, we can talk about combat, I guess. We have to. You'll notice that both my craft and enemy craft have 2 bars. Blue is shields, red is health. Most of the time you have to take down all the shields before you can do health damage. Although there's a few weapons that bypass that. Anyway, you might be wondering, like, the fuck am I doing in space? What am I supposed to do besides fly around? Well, first of all, you're supposed to fly around. That's a big thing. But second, the main objective is to travel through levels by pointing your reticle at this green swirly and then leaving. But there's lots of stuff here that I want, so we're going to try to find some. Here we got some gas for that ass. Gas, surprisingly, is not fuel, but it does let you craft other stuff, so we're going to need that. The rest of this place looks kind of barren. I guess there's stuff over here. Oh shit, it's party time. Super party time. You got the Arc 9000, which is a very fun weapon. You can only use it once per item. But it's going to be helpful if you ever run into like something dangerous. So if you have items and you don't have space for them, you can just salvage them, get some crafting materials. These are... they're not technically our friends. They're G&B, which is a space corporation. I just ran into that dude for some reason. They are neutral, but they're kinda hate everyone who's not you, so they end up not being quite so neutral. Anyway, I feel pretty done around here, so I'm gonna leave. So here's our star map. We are in Sector 1. We want to get to Sector 7. To do that, we have to reach the jump gate over here. Circles get brighter as they get more difficult, so we're going to try to stick to gray. Although I will say that the difficulty in this game is a little bit dishonest. At least, this is supposition on my part, but when I first started the game, I didn't have several million credits worth of upgrades. I would spawn in, and I would do a simple level, and it'd be cool. But now, whenever I start the game in Sector 1, I can pretty much guarantee that I'm going to spawn into the middle of like a squad of enemies who have more health than they used to. I'm not saying that's a fact. It could all be in my head, but I think maybe it's a little bit of disingenuity going on. I don't think that's a word, but that's what's happening. Anyway, we found a communication hub. These are cool, because if you hack them, they highlight everything on the map. Everything you can pick up, anyway. More missiles that I can't carry. One of the upgrades that I've skimmed on is equipment space. So I'm going to be passing up probably a lot of stuff. But hey, I can at least recycle it. Let's see what else we got in space. Scraps. I don't know if this is a G&B facility. So as I said, G&B are a space corporation. You'll often run into like mining facilities that belong to them, and if you shoot their stuff, they tend to go aggro. And they're also like the hardest enemies of the game. So you should probably avoid pissing them off. But on the bright side, they will just like murder these guys real quick. You can just take their stuff. What's that? Transport. Not that useful. Alright, I think I'm done here. Feel pretty done. Oh wait, never mind. Not quite done. So if you take a look at that bar in the upper right, that is my fuel. When you jump, there is a chance that you will use up fuel. You can upgrade to make that happen less often, and I think I only use fuel on like 50% of my jumps right now. But when you're out of fuel, you can't progress. Which could mean either you have to find fuel, or you won't be able to find fuel, and then your game's done. Good game. I got a new weapon there, which is actually one of my favorite weapons. It is not good, but it is nice to use. I like it. I will show it off next time I have to murder someone. Like right now. So the beam laser is good because you can just set it and forget it. Normally you have to lead your shots. This you just kind of hover in the general area and it locks on. Doesn't do good damage either to health or shields, but it takes care of drones pretty easily. And you don't have to aim as hard. So besides fuel, there's one other very important resource, which is energy. If you notice that green bar right under my reticle, that is my energy. And the more stuff I do, the more I boost, the more I shoot, the energy goes away. And then regenerates. So when you first start the game, you have more or less no energy. Just a pittance that you'll never get by with. As you upgrade more and more, you become actually able to like shoot stuff for extended periods of time and boost around in combat. And quality of life becomes a little bit better. So you notice how I run out here. I have to like hit it every now and then. I also forgot about my time extender. I gotta remember I have that thing. It's actually useful sometimes. Over here we have one of our rarer and most useful materials, the crystal. You need crystal to do most weapon and shield upgrades. So this is a pretty nice find. And of course there are upgrades to make mining more effective and to make crafting stuff cost less, which I've kind of skimped on so far. Suffice to say there are upgrades for every fucking thing you could imagine in this game. Anything that has a mechanic, there's a way to make it better or make it not suck so much. Which gets into like a big issue I have with this game is that, how should I phrase this? there's no way to be good at it. Like, if you were to ask me, Partybug, you're one of the greatest roguelite players of all time. How do I be good at this game like you? I would say, well, you play the fucking game a lot. Just play it for 3 weeks like I have, and then maybe you'll be good. And it's not because, like, oh, you'll learn important skills to shoot people out of space. Nah, it's because you'll eventually unlock enough upgrades to make your craft not a piece of garbage. And I might like cut in some kind of flowchart and complex theory and thesis about this thing I talk about all the time, which is roguelites and skill versus luck. I've got like diagrams I'm drawing in my mom's basement, chalkboards full of math. It's crazy. But the short version is, I've talked about it a lot before, the difference between luck and skill in a roguelite, and how in my ideal game, skill would play a large portion, maybe even larger than luck, or at least they should play the same. If you're bad at the game, but you get lucky, you should do great. If you're good at the game but get unlucky, you should still be able to do pretty well. So this game brought like a whole new metric into the equation that I wasn't even thinking of, which is grind. Time spent playing the game, not related to skill, but related to unlocks. Because if you don't unlock shit, you're just not going to win. There's no way. Speaking of stuff, I might have enough to make some actual new weapons. Although I want to get this crystal first before I try that. There is a system in place that will keep you from just hanging out in space and gazing into the abyss forever, which is that every level, if you stay in a level too long, a Okar strike force will come and try to kill you. Usually in large numbers with like really big ships. So before we leave, let's talk to this guy over here. Traders show up every now and then. They're usually pretty useless because they don't want to sell you anything good. For instance, this guy is not terrible because he can sell me some crystal, which I want. Everything else though is kind of a waste. Anyway, let's bounce. If you saw there was actually a message that I was about to have inbound forces. Let's see if we can find some forces. Hey, Okar. Alright. So, the lore of the game is told between different runs, so they don't really repeat it, so I will repeat it so that you are enlightened. Okar are one of the two enemy types, well, two sentient enemy types, I guess, and they are a lizard people who were at war with Earth at some point, or maybe not even Earth, just like humans, human beings. And the war has since stopped, but the Okar really don't like our protagonist for some reason or another. Energy core extension, huh? I love more energy. I'm gonna install this and drop the weapon overdrive. The other type of sentient enemy ship are the outlaws, who are just bad people who we should shoot. And GNB hates outlaws. GNB will not attack Okar unless they shoot first, which you can pretty easily manipulate them into doing. So a tractor beam will drag stuff to us, which is kind of a useless space-to-space upgrade. It's quality of life, and I have too much other good stuff that I want to use, so it goes in the toilet. Hey, a crystal. I was just thinking about how I need to make something. Alright, so let's... Do I have any good weapons to craft? A better Gatling gun. That sounds pretty sweet, actually. So let's scrap our current Gatling gun. We're going to build the 40mm Gatling gun, which does more damage, and then we're going to upgrade it. Oh man, what am I missing? I guess I need more gel to upgrade it. Alright, so new plan. We're going to upgrade our pulse laser to make it damage shields more. And there's all kinds of different mods, but I've really found that the most useful are just damage upgrades. I can also upgrade my shield capacity. But I want to save it for a damage upgrade for that Gatling gun. I just need to find some like gel or something. So in the meantime, we got a service station over here where I can buy stuff or get more fuel or repair my ship. And I'm kind of low on fuel. Well, not really low, but more fuel never hurt, so I'm just going to buy all of it. Don't need repairs. And I don't really need any of this stuff. I could sell some gas, but nah. Also, fun fact, like I said, everything has an upgrade. When you first start the game, you only get one service off these guys. You have to buy upgrades to unlock the other two. Let's see, we got a derelict over here. And nothing going on. Alright, so let's just get out of this sector. We're done here. Into the jump gate we go.